Well, hi, Dr. Healy. My name is Sarah Petty, and I'm a senior at Bradley, and I'm studying nutrition and dietetics. And so growing up, I went to a public school, and our CCD classes really didn't touch on anything to do with human sexuality beyond just telling us not to have sex before marriage, which I understood but never, fully knew why. And so I really loved getting to read this book and be a part of this study just to learn more about, who we were made to be and how we're called to live that out through our sexuality. And at this point in my life, I don't know fully if I'm called to marriage or if I'm called to be a sister. So I really loved how you went through kind of everything and just made JP2's teachings very digestible and understandable, and didn't just gear it towards, if you're called to be a sister, chastity, living out chastity through that, or, how to live out that sexuality through a marriage. So I love that you kind of went through everything and just helped us to understand all of that. So thank you so much for the book and helping to make this book study possible.
Hi, Dr. Healy. My name is Madison. I'm also a freshman here at Bradley University, and I'm studying psychology and Spanish right now. Your book was awesome, and there were two main things that I took away from this that I'm gonna remember for a long time. And the first was the spousal analogy that you used, and you quoted from Ephesians talking about how the marriage between a husband and wife on earth is analogous to that of the church and Christ himself. I never quite realized that receiving the Eucharist is very similar and analogous to the marital act or consummating the marriage between a husband and wife. So that was the first thing. And then the second thing that I really have been bringing with me since I read this was the language of the body, and how it's more than just body language, and the fact that we can speak truths with our body in little ways or in big ways. So since I read that, I've been trying to use my own body to speak truths and not lies, whether it be in class or just in relationships with different people. So thank you so much.
Hello, Dr. Healy. My name is Aiden Beckman, and I'm a freshman student here at Bradley University. I'm studying political science and economics. And I want to thank you for writing this fantastic book. I really like how you put Theology of the Body by Pope John Paul II into very simple and understandable terms, and in such a concise and short book too. I really appreciated that. And one of the things that I really took away from your book was the nuptial meaning of the body, that act of self-giving love that we're supposed to give to other people, and how much you emphasize that throughout the book. From the beginning, starting with looking at the human body and then translating that and connecting it into the spiritual aspects of the Catholic faith was just amazing to read. And because of your book, I now have a greater understanding of the nuptial meaning of the body and of Christian sexuality in general. And it was just amazing to realize some of these things that I didn't even know about before. Well, Eros and Ethos were really interesting, looking at how those two have to be connected in order for them to be within the grace of God and within God's commandments of us. And that was really cool to see how a romantic relationship has to be connected to morality in order for it to be authentic. I think that's something that's really lost a lot in today's culture, and reading how clearly you spelled it out in your book was very refreshing. So again, thank you for writing your book, and thank you so much.
Hi, Dr. Healy. My name is Lindsay. I am a sophomore student at Bradley University, and I was one of the many students who attended Sam's book study for your book, The Theology of the Body, or Men and Women Are Made in Eden. It was a really great book to read and to really digest and discuss what it means, the theology of the body, and how we can really apply it to our lives and go around campus and even talk about it in that sense. One of the biggest things that I took away from the book was the bit on original nakedness and how Adam and Eve had no shame when they were together in the garden before the fall. And that nakedness was because they could have this beautiful communication with one another. There was no lust, there was no opportunity for use with each other. It was just pure love that they had. And that your bit and how our bodies matter in giving that self-giving love to one another and sharing in that nuptial union that's meant for marriage. So thank you so much for allowing us to have this book study, and by donating the books, we really appreciate it.